Hey there, comic compadres. This is Mark with Chico's Comics, and today I'm going to be presenting only the big keys out of the Silver Age collection that I picked up a couple of weeks ago. Thank you for jumping in today, compadres. So like I did mention before, I picked up a pretty amazing Silver Age collection a couple of weeks ago. It came out to just about 5 short boxes, but these short boxes were just mighty books in this collection. So today I just wanted to review some of the bigger keys from the collection. Some of them have been featured in part 1 and part 2, but just in terms of time, I thought it'd be a little bit more prudent to just highlight the bigger books in this collection. And no better way to start that than with some amazing Spider-Man. This was actually not listed on the collection. For the most part, the original owner did have a pretty thorough collection, so I pretty much knew exactly what to expect. But there were actually several big keys that were not listed in the collection that I was just extremely happy that ended up being included. That, of course, being a copy of Amazing Spider-Man Annual Issue 1, which is, of course, the first appearance of the Sinister Six. And just to add to the excitement, the collection came with 2 copies of Amazing Spider-Man Annual Issue 1. One of them is the US copy. Issue 2 is the Canadian copy. And so the way you can tell the Canadian copy from the American copy, price is the same, but the Canadian copy has a blank interior front cover and a blank back cover as well. But these two were not on the inventory list that he had sent me, so I was so excited to see. So excited to see those two. Technical difficulties. Let me just kind of move that real quick. There we go. And then so the only other Spider-Man book that came in this collection was going to be issue 101, which is the first appearance of Morbius. Not a key that I was necessarily seeking for my collection, but this key is very high grade. The only real issue I see with this book is a little bit of this spine tick by the upper staple. So I am going to be cleaning and pressing this probably this week and sending it out to get graded. I'm hoping for anything over a 9.0. I've got a lot of confidence in this book right now. The corners are extremely sharp, and the only thing I've been able to see is really this kind of color breaking 2 ticks right up here by the top staple. Extremely excited to find these in the collection. Okay, the next book key here, and this book has been on absolute fire this last year, ever since the Moon Knight TV show came out. But this is Savage Tales issue 1, the first appearance of Man-Thing. In raw copy, in graded copy, this book has still been selling very well. Seems to be having a high liquidity, not only on eBay, but on some of the other, Instagram consignor pages that I follow, auctions. This book seems to be performing fairly well. This is a nice presenting copy. I'm going to be guessing somewhere around a very fine plus. A book that I'm considering selling raw. I don't know if I want to actually grade this one. This is the larger kind of magazine size book here. Beautiful painted cover, deciding still whether or not to grade this out or to sell it raw. But regardless, happy to find that. This next set of books, if this was the first print, I would be even more excited. But this is going to be Star Wars issue 1, 2, and 3. This is the second print, and you will be able to tell that second print from this blank barcode here. I'm probably going to just sell this as a raw lot. About a mid-grade copy, but a good starting run for any Star Wars collector here. Entry level, you always want to go for that first print when you come to your Star Wars, especially, I would always shoot for a high grade. Okay, so I'm going to be going through a couple of Journey into Mystery books here. This is going to be issue 113, low grade copy, but this is the origin of Loki. There were a couple of coverless Journey into Mysteries in this run here. I'm still looking into. I was extremely close to finding that Journey into Mystery 83, the first appearance of Thor, of course. Huge Silver Age key, but it just was not present in the collection. This is Journey into Mystery 118, the first appearance of the Destroyer. Nice high side of the mid-grade range here. And then Journey into Mystery 125, which is going to be the ending issue of Journey into Mystery onto this volume, and right before Thor actually starts his own title. So that, of course, will lead into Thor's first self-titled comic series. This is going to be The Mighty Thor, issue 126. You do have Hercules on that cover, just great Jack Kirby art, Stan Lee's story. And I'll follow that up with the first appearance of the Greek gods. You get Ares and Zeus in issue 129 over here of Thor. Our next bigger key from that Thor run is going to be Thor 134. I believe this is the first High Evolutionary. I'm about to double check and confirm on that here. Yes, this is the first appearance of the High Evolutionary. This is Marvel Comics 1966. And that other big addition to all of the him, Adam Warlock run that I'd picked up in other parts of this collection is going to be Thor showing the first appearance of him. The beautiful black cover, issue 165. High grade copy. I think this is going to grade out to about a 7 to an 8.0. Beautiful blacks, beautiful oranges on this cover. Excited to see how they portray him in the next Guardians of the Galaxy movie. I hope they don't treat him as a one-off. We're going to follow up Thor 165 with 166. This is going to be the second full appearance of him, and this is the classic battle between Thor and him. This book is just popular. This great Galactus cover here, really kind of imposing and towering over Thor here, Thor 168. And then I will follow that up with not one, but 2 copies of the Origin of Galactus, which does come out in Thor 169, which has to be probably in my top 3 favorite Galactus covers. I love the silhouette that's provided, and Thor kind of coming through that, especially the blues and the dark blacks in this copy. Excellent Thor key here. Continuing on some high-grade copies found in this collection is going to be Conan issue 23, which is the first appearance of Red Sonja. 2 copies here. And so these ones I am estimating between a 9.4 to a 9.6. I haven't found any color breaking ticks. They do need a good press, very light dry cleaning. These ones will both be sending out to CGC for grading. What a great way to continue the additions of these amazing Silver Surfer iconic covers, key appearances, but we do have Tales to Astonish, issue 93, that beautiful brown cover with both Hulk and Silver Surfer present. Love the flames and kind of that fire going on in the background here, but we do have that Tales to Astonish, issue 93. Some of the Submariner keys in this collection do include his first solo title, Submariner issue 1. And I will also highlight Iron Man and Submariner issue 1 as well. Revisiting a few of the Fantastic Four keys here, we do have the 5th appearance of Hulk, which is the Fantastic Four number 12. Low grade copy, but this is the first comic that has Hulk meeting the Fantastic Four family. And I will continue to revisit some of these Fantastic Four keys. I'm not going through, of course, that entire run, but if you do watch part 1 of the Silver Age collection, I did go ahead and showcase issue 12 and then issue 36 through 109, plus a couple of the annuals. This is issue 36, the first appearance of Medusa. And following along with some of the Inhumans, we do have the first appearance of the Inhumans, which is Fantastic Four issue 45. And then the first appearance of Black Bolt in issue 46. Some of the big bangers in this collection had to be that first appearance of Galactus, first appearance of Silver Surfer, Fantastic Four issue 48, both mid-grade copies here. And of course, 2 copies included in this collection. If you had seen part 1, you could see all the excitement I was having when I found 2 copies of this in the collection. And then my favorite cover out of the 48-49 is the first cover appearance of Galactus and Silver Surfer in issue 49. Just beautiful cover. The hard blacks and the reds and the green, of course, from Galactus just really stands out and is extremely prominent. And I just love this key issue here. The guy was a very big Silver Surfer fan. We did have to have this beautiful Jack Kirby cover on issue 50 of Fantastic Four. And another big key that I have not owned in the past, which is going to be the first appearance of Black Panther, Fantastic Four 52. Another great Fantastic Four cover, issue 55. I believe this is the first time Silver Surfer wears trunks. So, not a huge key, but a fun cover nonetheless. Let's go ahead, circle back around to issue 67, which is the first cameo of him. And then let's go ahead and just toss on issue 72, another beautiful Silver Surfer cover. And I will follow that up with 75, which is this great Galactus cover here. Fantastic Four issue 94 does have the first appearance of Agatha Harkness. If you did watch WandaVision, she was in that show. I can't remember the name of the actress, but she absolutely nailed that role. And she is getting her own TV show on Disney Plus, I believe, later this year with Aubrey Plaza joining the fold. I was initially hopeful that Aubrey Plaza would be playing kind of like a gender-swapped version of Mephisto, but from what I've heard on the pipeline, is that role is going to be going to Sacha Baron Cohen, which is, probably the best casting you can get for Mephisto out there. This is going to be Fantastic Four Special. This is the annual that features the Annihilist. Love this cover here. Great Fantastic Four key. And actually, I did jump over the Fantastic Four Annual number 3. Low-grade copy, but this is the wedding of Reed Richards and Sue Storm. So as a big Captain America fan, he makes his Silver Age debut in Avengers 4, this iconic Jack Kirby cover and Stan Lee story, where Captain America is finally inducted into the Silver Age of comic books. A few of these other Captain America keys that were found in the collection will include issue 100. His solo title, it continues off of the Tales of Suspense 99 right into issue 100, which is their starting point for that Captain America storyline. And then a couple of the other Tales of Suspense comics, bigger keys, low grade albeit, is going to be issue 52, the first appearance of Black Widow. And issue 57, the first appearance of Hawkeye. I did also want to showcase Tales of Suspense issue 58, which does have one of those very early Captain America Silver Age appearances. Issue 98, just a beautiful Captain and Black Panther cover. Captain America 65, which is the first Silver Age appearance of the Red Skull, arguably Captain America's biggest enemy and nemesis. A few of the other Captain America keys. We had the first appearance of Madam Hydra with this beautiful Jim Steranko cover. He did issue 110, 111, 112, and we did have 3 copies of this present in the collection here. All nice high-grade copies. We have Invincible Iron Man number 1. This is Iron Man's first solo title here. Beautiful purple cover. Love the story. Love the cover. Amazing Silver Age key and arguably undervalued. Call me crazy. And another big Captain America key. And wow, this thing has really devalued over the last year or so, but this is Captain America 117, the first appearance of Falcon, Sam Wilson. I am excited to see New World Order. I would have been happy to see the Russo brothers come back to retake the helm of Captain America, especially with what they did with the Winter Soldier and Civil War. You know, having that kind of layered espionage storyline and genre throughout those two movies, I think really helped push Captain America to the forefront. I did like the first Captain America movie, but, you know, general consensus too is just a couple of fun books, nothing huge about these, but I did have Astonishing Tales issue 1, issue 8. Issue 8 is the first appearance of Doom's daughter. I can't remember her name, and it does have like another spin on Doom's origin story here. There was a good run of Daredevil as well, but I just wanted to pull out some of my favorite Daredevil covers. Issue 37 against Doctor Doom. Issue 43 against Captain America. These beautiful Jack Kirby covers are just iconic in their own right. He's kind of homaged himself several times, but I really do enjoy both of those really dark covers here. And talking about another book that was not initially featured on this list, which is going to be Doctor Strange 169. This is their continuation from Strange Tales, where they give Doctor Strange his own title. Beautiful cover, kind of origin retold, if I remember correctly, and a great surprise nonetheless. A couple of first appearances here. We're going to have the first appearance of Captain Marvel in Marvel Superheroes 12, and then the first appearance of Carol Danvers in issue 13. I did also want to showcase Captain Marvel issue 1 on this lot here. And then so we did have a lot of these other books in the series here, but I wanted to pull out the bigger keys for this one. And a book I was so happy to find in this collection, Silver Surfer 1. I would have been extremely happy to find issue 4 with that beautiful Thor and Silver Surfer cover here with the Rainbow Road, but having issue 1 is, you know, just a great addition. I've never owned this copy. This one I will be getting pressed and graded. I will not be pressing this myself. You know, I still don't feel comfortable pressing prestige format books. This is a very thick book here. Does need a little bit of love. I might try to do a little bit of cleaning myself, but this one I do want to send off and get graded. It looks to be somewhere around a 6 to a 7.0. We'll see what the presser can do for it, but just a beautiful must-have for any Silver Surfer collector. And then talk about a badass Doom cover here. Marvel Superheroes issue 20. I believe the story was written by no, the cover was drawn by Stan Lee's brother, if I remember correctly. Someone correct me in the comments if I have that incorrect. But this is the origin of Doctor Doom retold here. So now getting into some of the DC keys. There was not a lot of DC in this collection, but the DC books that were here definitely packed a punch. We do have 2 issues of Demon issue 1. This is the first appearance of Etrigan the Demon. Also Jack Kirby. So, you know, Jack Kirby had made a little bit of a switch to DC. And you know, these 2 books I was so happy to find. These ones were not on the list. 2 very high-grade Neal Adams covers. The first Silver Age appearance of Two-Face, and then the first appearance of Ra's al Ghul. Beautiful covers. These ones I will be pressing and getting graded. I do have a issue, move that over. I do have this copy already in a 5.5 white pages. This one looks like it's going to be closer to a 7580, so I will be pressing and cleaning this one, getting it graded, and selling my 5.5. And this first appearance of Ra's al Ghul in the 232 is very high grade. I'm estimating somewhere between an 8.0 to a 9.0 depending on the press, but beautiful cover here. Absolutely love this, and just a great Batman villain to boot. The only Green Lantern book here, but this is part of the drug issue series here. Roy Harper, you know, unfortunately succumbs to heroin addiction. And so, you know, this was one of the storylines right around issue 76 of Green Lantern that kind of ushers in the Bronze Age. A lot of good Dark Side keys here. We're going to have 2 copies of New Gods issue 1, which is credited as the first full appearance of Darkseid, along with Forever People issue 1, which is also credited as a first full appearance of Darkseid. Both of these, or I guess all 4 of these copies, are very high grade, near mints, so I will be cleaning and pressing all of these here. And I love Darkseid. You know, Darkseid is the big bad when it comes to DC Comics. We do have the first appearance of Mr. Miracle #1. And then we do have Mr. Miracle #2, Mr. Miracle #4. So #2 and #4 are credited with the first appearance of Granny Goodness and Big Bartha. The first cameo of Darkseid was also here. Jimmy Olsen, Superman's best friend, issue 134, with this great Neil Adams cover as well. So I just wanted to thank you all again for jumping in today with me as I kind of highlighted a lot of the bigger keys in this Silver Age comic collection that I picked up. If you enjoyed this video, you want to stick around, feel free to drop me a like, a comment, a subscription. Do one of those things that helps support the channel. But I do want to appreciate everybody who's gone through a few of those last videos and have continued this journey with me as I've been cataloging and processing this Silver Age collection. Most of this will be staying with the PC, especially a lot of the bigger keys. I will be trimming out some of the duplicates and some of the filler issues that I already have to kind of recoup a bit of my investment cost. But overall, I've been extremely satisfied and very grateful to have received the opportunity to buy this comic collection. And yeah, just wanted to appreciate it again, guys. Thank you again for jumping in, Comic Compadres. This is Mark with Chico's Comics.